Hello, how are you guys doing? I'm doing all right. A little bit of a frog in my throat, a little scratchy throat today. Been being a little off my game the last couple of days, so sorry about that in advance. This game, or I should say, art program was made in 1991, which means that it's older than most of the people here. And still somehow slightly younger than me. Hold up, kid pics. Yes, it's on the Internet Archive now. I promised that I would do, I think it was Crayola Art Station. I couldn't get it to work because I don't know how to do DOSBox and stuff. Or, you know, emulate a whole, like, whatever. It's the unknown. So we're gonna give this a go. We'll see how it works. I had an old school Mac like this. I remember this. Are you telling me that kids made these pics? Yes. Yes. Give me half a second to get a good screen region for you guys. Display capture, and it's the whole screen. But it needs to be... Actually, we already have a display capture. We don't need another one. There we go. Yeah, get rid of that. I probably should also be doing the Mac 9 version. Yes, it is. So let's see. Sound is off. Click for sound. And then make it big. I'm going to scoot it to the side ever so slightly so the whole screen will be there. So this is what computers looked like back in the day. What's in the trash? Oh, why is my mouse in a different... Oh, okay, once I click... You know, I'm not going to look at whatever this is. It's part of the Internet Archive. Close window is on the left side. I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, we had KidWorks too growing up. This layout is incredibly nostalgic for me. You could, oh my god, I forgot about this. You could make a full, okay, right clicking doesn't work because I don't think that was invented yet. New folder, check this out. I remember doing this. I had separate folders for everything as a kid. What I needed separate folders for, I do not know. Rev made folder. I might finally have a job after 8 months of being unemployed. Let's hope it's Soki. That's exciting. And then you can change the color to cool. Yeah. So let's please enter your name. It's Rev. Oh my god. Oh yeah, this copy of KidWorks or KidPix belongs to Rev. Oh my god. Dude, I think we had this. All right, we're going to have to spend like a minute to like figure out what these tools do and all that jazz. Then we can try and do like an art with it. Can I use a tablet with it? Quite possibly. So this... Oh no! Oh no! I forgot about that. That's so good. Everything has sound effects. That's great. Okay. Yeah, you can have all these different textures and stuff. Okay. What is the paintbrush? Oh my god. Yeah, we totally had this. Okay, so what do you do? There are no settings for any of these tools. Okay. I love the sound effects. Oh, I think it's based on how fast I move determines how tall these lines are. That's if I go up and down. Oh, okay. Sure. Can I set the thickness a little? Okay, I can. Can I make it as thin as that? Yeah, okay. So there's something you could do with that. What does this setting do? Let's maybe change the color. I think this has something to do with like changing the... What? Oh, is this like a smudge tool? I believe it is. It's more of a jiglet tool. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Um, huh. Okay, it's just a spray paint tool. I think this is like for tree making. All right. That has like kind of a weird 3D effect to it. This one is like symmetrical drawing in case if you want to do that. That's neat. Oh, no, I want to stay in the window. There's a blood tool. It's a little bit random. All right. Oh, this... All right, we need to like clear. No. No. So if you wanted to make your own connect the dot thing, you could do that. Yeah, that's like super, and it gets rid of the lines after you get done doing it. Okay, it just does a loop of the alphabet, sure. Not quite sure what the point of that tool is, but all right. And this one inverts the thing? What happens if I choose a different color? Okay, it doesn't change anything. It just goes black and then it inverts. So what if I go like this with like red? And then I use the invert tool. It's not really inverting it, it's just kind of making it darker. Does that allow me to get to colors that I can't access normally? What? Okay. Oh, wow. That's pretty awesome. I have no idea what this tool does. Nothing's happening when I hold it in place. Is it like the... I remember using this a lot. Is there a reason it's only going right? Because it's doing that with this tool as well. It feels like a glitch. Maybe if I control click? No? Okay. What do you do? So this does the invert thing, but also the other thing. Try using the other mouse button. Bro, there wasn't another mouse button. To leave control mode, stop holding control. Okay. All right. Oh, I remember this one, yeah. Squiggly line, if I go faster, does it do... Okay. This one's a dice. The 3 is weird, because that's not how a 3 is laid out on a dice. Okay. Stars, sure. Hearts? Oh, okay, it's like the suits. Okay.
You are a very special boy.
Thank you. No. Wingdings-esque? Okay. Oh my god. Oh, okay. We've gone in a loop. Okay, I was gonna say there's too many tools. What do you do? Okay. Oh, that kind of hurts to look at. Okay. That's a cool tool. I don't know how to use it. Oh, we probably have to put something down for most of these things. Let's just draw like a circle. That's an awful circle. There we go. And then use the blender thing and see what this does. Oh, okay. So it's like when you have the film. You could make your baby. Yeah, you could. I was kind of thinking that he probably used this to make your baby. Okay, so the first one looks like it hollows it out, and the second one thickens it. Weird. What do you do? Okay. Are we zoomed in? Yes. Okay, so that's like zooming in. I am going to be streaming this weekend, yes. I've got a streaming schedule that is up on Twitter that I basically stream 5 days a week. Weekends are guaranteed, as are Tuesdays. And then the rest of it is kind of all over the place. It seems like that those are definitely the 3 days that I take, and then I usually take off on some other day. Okay. Is that a mini version of the... Huh. Okay, hold on. All right, so let's say I wanted to do like 1 point perspective, right? Because that's what we're going to do with kid pics. We are going to be taking off random days for moving. I will not have my computer for like 2 weeks. So that's going to be like a thing. Apologies in advance, but you know, we're waiting to hear back. One of the places that we contacted was like, oh, actually you need to have 3 times rent. And we need to know the name of your mom's maiden name. We get your firstborn, and you need to, I don't know, just random bullshit. And it's just like, yeah, it's 2 weeks, but I mean, they're driving it and we're not. So we're going to have the cat, so we might be able to stream, like cat stuff. We're going up to Maine. One way or another, we're making it out of here. 3 times rent is really hard. I did see that. I don't know what a pawn... Oh, it's an NPC and companion. Holy shit, that's fucking cool. Yeah, I posted some of like the worst ones that I saw. The like hippy dippy you're allowed to live here for like 2 weeks thing in our tiny home, but in the okay, it's kind of hard to get like consistent line height in this, but that's a lot to do with me not having enough caffeine. Yeah, you get to live in their tiny home, but they also live there. You just get their attic. And I'm like, I mean, y'all seem like nice people, but this is a renting website and you're asking for a roommate. Baltaro is really good. I actually ended up doing a really solid run, and I stopped it because I almost won. And I'm like, I want to show chat to prove that I actually can beat the dollar one. Whoops, that's not right. Okay, so do I need to be a little bit higher? No, a little bit lower.
Oh no!
Getting that to perfectly line up is just not going to happen, is it? Okay, just a little bit further down. Oops.
Oops. Oh no!
That kind of works. Dragon's Dogma is basically Capcom Monster Hunter's take on D&D. Yeah, that's cool, man. Like, Limes has really been blowing up recently, and I'm like, good for her. I don't quite comprehend what that's doing. Oh, this allows you to take it and then move it to somewhere else. Okay. I remember this one. You can like shift it to the left or right. And snow. All right. Paint bucket. Let's make a new one because I don't think there's anywhere blank to do this with. Okay, so what do you do? Gay.
Oops.
It's only gay.
Oops.
Yeah, it's just gay. Okay.
Oops.
And these other ones? They're just like textures? Okay. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, I remember this! Hearse. But if you stop and then you do it again, I think it comes out as something else? No. It's just horse. MS Paint needs to get on this level where you can just horse button. Okay.
Wow.
So my mom was a computer lab teacher for a while. And so like, you know, she would be working still by the time we got off like out of class in elementary school. Again, we just need to draw something just to see what happens to it when you use the eraser tools, but we don't just have regular erasers.
Oops.
God, I remember having such like dread when some of these went off and it was wrong. Yeah, so yeah, because my mom worked in the computer lab, we basically would just like, she would be finishing up on whatever she needed to be finishing up with at the end of the day. And so then like we would just like play around in KidWorks or play Frogger on the 2E or, you know, Oregon Trail or something. So I got really good at Frogger and, well, not good. We did not give a shit about giving kids seizures, did we? Number Munchers sucked ass. Fight me. You know what was good? That one where you're a climber guy? I didn't have Rita Rabbit.
5,
4,
3,
2,
1.
0.
What? Oh, that's the time in the game. Like, as far as this console thinks. Math Mountain? Yes, Math Mountain was cool. May I please link a song? What is it? There you go. I mean, I won't be able to listen to copyrighted music as per usual, so there's that. Oh, the Kid Picks intro song. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, you're permitted, so you'll be able to do that. Is this Kid Picks professional? Sure. Okay, so what is this? Okay, just a regular eraser tool. I wasn't expecting the tool to be just normal. Okay. Text. Oh, you don't get to type, you just... Okay.
R, E,
Oops.
V, E, 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 D, C, D, I, C, K.
Tee. These little fuckers. We didn't have emoticons when I was a kid. We had whatever the fuck this shit is. These were my friends. Because I was a lonely ass child. I remember like putting like, you know, here, hold on. Watchdog. This fucked up house. I don't think they do anything special. It's just some of them might. I think there was a way to animate or something, because I distinctly remember animating like the skateboarder doing stuff. Here you go anyway. This is the intro theme to Kid Picks.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
0.
Kid Picks, come on and play with Kid Picks. Wow. Paint it up, draw it up, move it up. There it is, move around. And the sound. Kid Picks, come on and play with Kid Picks. Now grab your wacky brush, Kid Picks. Wow.
That's Kid Picks 4 Deluxe. This is Kid Picks 1. Normal. I loved the shadowing on this fella. All right, and then this one allows you to move stuff around. So I could take the skater. I think maybe this is how I was doing it. Where it's just like, well, jump the ice cream, do a little sick little grind. Oh, 50-50 on that, and then jump over the horse, past the watchdog, between the cat and under the helicopter. Let's fucking go. That song was too advanced for what this thing can do. This game cannot do that shit. Sick. This is just copy paste under a different name. Okay. And then, okay, so what are goodies? Small kids mode, alphabet text. Receive, enter new letters. I can't? You found all of them. I guess that's if you want to do like oh, this makes it so you can't click outside the window. Oh, that's nice. Well, what does this do then? Oh, so question mark means gay. All right. And this? Wait, this makes it transparent? What? Okay, hold up. I want to try something. All right, so we can go red with it, right? We go red. Then I'm going to have this red right next to it. Oh, what? What are... We're beyond the point where there's not layers. We're at the point where there's not even like the saturation of your color or the darkness of your color changes, or is that just this one tool? It might be just this one tool. Let's turn it back to like normal mode. We'd have to do like this. Oh, thank fuck. Okay, cool. So if you want dark colors to be on top, you can do it like that. So if I go like this, interesting. So you can do a little bit of color mixing like this. That's just white. Okay. These are different textures, so we can get like shading going. Yeah, it has like a bunch of different colors, but it's inconsistent on some of this. Oh, what? Just be normal for a second. Me at me. Oh, the faster you go, the farther apart they are. Okay, all right. Okay. I can see why you would have that. Yeah. Big nerd Sam. Yeah, like the ability to do stippling with like very little work. I'm wondering if there's a way I can do the stippling with like color involved. So it has to be like a different color blue or whatever. So and that's what the stand. Okay. Is this gay again? Yes. I thought for once it wasn't going to be gay, but it was. All right. No, you can still do the unknown. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. It all comes back to being gay, doesn't it? Okay. So
It's the end dog.
So two things need to happen. I'm going to go get my ring, and then I'm going to try and do actual art with this. Give me half a second. I'll be right back. Out of 40, suck my nuts, Christopher Robin! Love you. Okay, I'm back. All right. Let's see. Okay. I think I kind of get how this program works now. Let's just... So extra. All right. So I read that on Reddit as well. I don't know if it's true or not. Okay. Well, not to be exactly myself, but I'm going to be exactly myself real quick. And that means that I need to use a different tool, which is going to be this one. And I think we're going to go with this. And I'm just going to give this idea a go. We will see if it works. It may not. Precision is not this thing's thing. I'm using my mouse because if I were a kid, I would use my mouse. I believe I can use my tablet. It won't have pressure sensitivity, obviously, but I could. But, you know, it would still kind of help me actually use it as a real tool. And I feel like that's against the spirit of doing an art stream using KidWorks, right? Skull moment? Yep, skull moment. It's gonna be a little lumpy, but that's okay. It's KidPix, not KidWorks. Yeah, I've been calling it KidWorks for years. Is there a different program called KidWorks? Was that like a regionalized name or something? Like, why do I think it's called KidWorks? Trying to use this as a legitimate tool is interesting. Every time you draw a new line, my cat Miso attacks the TV. Get him. Get him, Miso. Get it. Get it. Oh no. Here's KidWorks? Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not thinking of the Christian camp in Dallas Fort Worth. I didn't even know that existed. Oh no! I love that. A lot of what makes this kid picks is how incredibly extra everything is. You can't really do precision lines in this. I might be able to with the, this. Yeah, maybe that's the way to... Okay, hold up. Show menu bar. Actually, no, let's just nuke it again. Eraser. Yeah, stuff like this is the reason I'm an artist, you know? Like, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Like, this shit slaps. I'm really a sucker for the blue background with, like, vibrant other colors. Except for black. So I'm thinking that we go that angle with it. And obviously we can't do, like, a sketch layer because we don't have layers. So we kind of gotta, like, roll with the punches. By the way, this was a subathon thing that I was doing. I asked what people wanted, and they said to use Crayola artworks or whatever that was called. And I couldn't get that to work. Not saying it's impossible to emulate. I'm saying I'm too stupid to figure that out, which is a different thing entirely. Like, is it possible to do? Yes. People know how to do that. Can I do it? No. It's a bit of a distinction. I mean, I could use, like, Crayolas. I kind of want to do a few, like, streams where I use, like, either substandard or unconventional professional art tools, like Crayola crayons and stuff like that, to show that, like, skill is more important than, like, tools. You know, the old adage that, like, professional builder never blames his tools when the house falls down or something along those lines. Drawing with dirt and sticks. Yeah, I mean, this is a common, like, talking point for people who don't like AI art. Me, I'm talking about myself. Is that, like, AI artists could not transfer their skills to other things. Like, you wouldn't be able to transfer your skill set to this, for example, if you've only ever done AI art. Some people say that that kind of excludes, like, photographers, but I would say that if you think that that's how photographers work, then you need to, like, go and try and take good pictures. Because, like, there's a lot of composition stuff that's set up. Like, a good photographer has to do, like, a lot of work to get that set up, so that way it actually, like, looks good. Photography is often overlooked. It had a bit of a moment when it first came out where it was, like, kind of like AI, where it's like, there's no skill to this and stuff like that. And it's like, no, it's just a very different skill set that does require, like, actual work. Like, especially when you start getting into, like, professional tools, like, what is ISO, what is your, you know, exposure time, and, like, all that jazz. I don't claim to understand that stuff. Shutter speed, image editing, all that is what it takes to be a good photographer. And a lot of people don't seem to know that. Whereas AI artists, like, I don't think that you could take that skill set and use it elsewhere. Yeah, I'm no photographer at all. Like, I don't even really take pictures of things. When I take pictures of things, it's almost always exclusively to like remember to buy something or remember the price of something or whatever. Like, oh right, like this is the thing, you know? Or like, you know, the other day my wife was like, "Can you pick up some gain pods?" And I'm like, "Let me take a picture of the bag because I'm gonna get the wrong one." Then I went to the store and I looked it up. So like the pictures like I've got are like, hey, this is a neat idea for a painting or whatever. Like, I saw this wrong. I'm an AI artist and now I'm just really good at Googling things. Yeah. I mean, like, I could be wrong. I'm not, but I could be wrong. I accept that I can be wrong about things. You know? I just also accept that I'm right until proven wrong a bit, you know? Yeah, it's like very different to do actual photography over like what I'm doing with cameras. But like, you know, similarly, I've seen like contests where it's like do art, like do a photography, you know, piece, but only use like an Apple phone, you know? And that's really interesting because it's a limitation. The skill ceiling on photography is actually weirdly high. If you've ever had a conversation with your parents over Zoom, adjusting how cameras work is not something that is native for a lot of people. How's the medium of choice? It works. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like camera phones, like phones have pretty decent cameras. It's not like DSLR good, but it's good, you know? I'm not sure if I want the bottom jaw or not. I'm like not a huge fan of the bottom jaw in general in my drawings. I think that there's something like so much more interesting and spiritual about like a jawless skull. I don't know why. I can't really explain that factor to you, but that's what it is for me. I like that if I get this wrong, I can shift it over to the side a bit, which is neat. No biting. Like, I feel like once something doesn't have a jaw like this, it becomes dead. Like, I mean, obviously you're dead before this point. But, like, you know. I'm also gonna have to work within the, like, relatively limited color palette that I've got here. Which is why I'm kind of choosing this design choice. Like, to do... I don't know. Who's hoarding all the bottom jaws? I assume they just go missing. You know, scavenger animals or whatever. I've been having a consistent problem on Arcade about talking about things about art that are not, not AI and not NFTs. I mean, NFTs are gone now. Like no one talks about that anymore, right? But like still maybe go through old notes. I'm just like not sure what to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, Like, NFTs are for the most part gone. I don't think that a majority of people actually see anything. Evolution of your art and styles. Yeah, that could be a thing. I want to be like beneficial to people who watch my channel, and I think some of that is going to be like actually putting out tutorials. I also want like the topics that I'm talking about to be topical, but like that's all people are talking about is like generative AI. Price of supplies versus skill thing. I mean, like, yeah, I think that might have to be the subject matter for this video that I'm essentially working on right now, is that like the quality of your skills is going to get shown off when you do use different art tools. All right. Oh, no.
Oops.
Oops. Undo. Okay, no. It's got to be a little bit smaller than that. I probably have to use the rounded ones. No.
Oh no.
Let's go even smaller than that. Like, there's definitely a point where, like, buying art supplies, like, I think that goes with pretty much everything, is, like, you probably want to use, like, I don't know, decent art supplies when you use stuff, but you don't want to overspend just in case if it's not your thing.
Oh no.
But, like, if you spend too little, then it just kind of sucks to use. But, like, if you're good enough, you don't need fancy art tools. I've talked about putting meaning into art, and I talked about it the other day when I was like, I hope one day to be as skilled at expressing myself as Amigo the Devil, which I listened to his new album, and it is a banger, but I will warn you, the second half is so fucking heavy. Like, emotionally heavy. Like, he's very good at what he does. It just hurts sometimes, you know? Like, we can kind of get a bit of shading going, but the problem is when we get into, like, this area here, that's, like, too small for me to be able to get, like, this rounded off tool in, which is going to cause some issues with, like, the shape of the mark. But, like, you can do a little bit of shading by using this tool. This is clearly not a tool meant for, like, I don't know, actually doing art, but I kind of don't give a shit. Which one was it? It was this one that causes greebles. Having extra layers would be pretty helpful right now. Have you done an episode on how to do art critique? I kind of did. Hey, Carvo, how you doing? Coloring within the lines is pretty difficult, actually. Critiquing art and writing is actually, like, first off, you kind of need to know what you're doing with whatever the media is in general. Critiques are, I think, better when you do. You don't necessarily need to, but it definitely helps. Critique usually, I have done a video on this, I'm pretty sure. But, like, you know, when you give a critique, you want to actually, like, I don't know, do or say something. Like, Simon Cowell can't sing, sure, but that doesn't mean that he's not able to critique, because he clearly knows what he's talking about to some degree. We're gonna have to come up with another reference because I don't know if Simon Cowell is gonna be like a reference that's gonna stand the test of time, but I know what you're talking about and I agree. Yeah, like generally speaking, you want to give actionable stuff rather than vibes. Unless if the vibes are actually relevant to whatever you're saying. You know, like I had this piece that I worked on for a while and a friend of mine critiqued it and said, and she wasn't an artist or anything, but she was, you know, with me in the trenches on, you know, some of the protests I went to. And she was like, this seems like it's glorifying the cop rather than not. And I had to kind of step back and I was like, you're not wrong. That kind of looks like that. I agree. Okay, that's not what I want to do. I want to do like this. Okay, but it's white, so it's not going to achieve much. Okay. A lot of critique actually comes from like your ability to take it. I agree, yes. Like I don't know how I'm going to do the highlights. I think I actually have to like be, or you can be, I mean, like being able to take advice is important, but also learning when to not take advice is also important because some people will give you critiques and it's just like, no, you know, like absolutely not. Are you kidding me? But the polite thing to do is like, okay. Depending on how pushy they are about it, depends on how much like you actually have to care. You know, like sometimes people just don't know what they're talking about and they're stupid. And you have to be able to understand when someone is just full of shit. Yeah, being harsh is not the same thing as giving good critique. I don't think I like that.
Oops.
I don't think I like that at all. I think I need to go back to this. I need to have highlights, but I'm not really sure how to do that with the tools that I've got. Because I've already decided on my mid-tone, which is generally how I do my work. So, let's see. What could I do? I could use maybe this? Like, how does this look? That doesn't look right at all.
Oops.
Compliment sandwich, true, yeah. That's generally a thing as well. In art school is one of the things they had us learn. Is like how do you do critique right? Try using orange. It is the compliment. It would have to be like this orange. Oh, right. Because it's the compliment, it's not going to work. It's just going to make a darker line. Yeah, the point of critique should be to, like, help them improve, not to bring them down. But, you know, there were definitely some spiteful bitches when I was doing art school that were just not only wrong, but vicious. Okay, how dark does this get?
Oops.
That's just black. Okay.
Oops.
Okay, that's under it. That's... Huh. A lot of these just seem to make it darker. Which is fine, but not really what I was trying to do here. Yeah, people love to use critiques to be a bully, especially when it's critique day. Dude, critique day in art school is the day that everyone just suddenly gets sick for no reason. Because they don't want to have to hear critiques of their work, or they're not done with their work, or whatever. Like, not a super fan of this, but maybe we can do something where we cut the difference a bit. We should probably not be trying this out on this part of the thing. Yeah, let's try it somewhere. I'm gonna try it over here, where I don't really care. Yeah, a lot of people think that art school is easy. And so they go, oh, I'll just choose that so I can just get a bachelor's, like a whatever bachelor's, right? You are wrong, you are dumb, you are going to fail. 10-hour crits? Yeah, I could see that, yeah, 100%. 10-hour critique is not unreasonable, but it's not common. Like, you just... Yeah, there are some days where you just have multiple critiques the same day. If you want an easy, like, bachelor's, go into poli-sci. Like, if all the frat kids at UT can get a degree in poli-sci without having to, like, I don't know, show up or try, it must be an easy degree. If every art student looks like they're about to, like, murder themselves and everyone else around them and not sure which is going to come first, like, that's where you might actually have, like, someone who, like, yeah. Poli-sci was super easy. I got drunk every day in college and didn't do shit, but I also wanted to murder myself. Is that because you had to pay shit tons of money for a degree, or because, like what was that about? Squiggles tool? No.
Oops.
No.
Oops.
Blue? Oh, no, like, political science. No. Yeah. Yeah, poli-sci is the degree that annoying devil's advocates in high schools get. Yeah, you're not wrong. I said that to my art history teacher recently. Like, I went back to campus to drop off canvases that I knew I was not going to be able to use before I had to go. And I was like, yeah, if you want an easy degree, don't do art, man. What are you doing? Do something easy like poli-sci. And I think she took it wrong. I think she thought that I thought it was easy. And I'm like, no. Holy shit. I almost, like, died from doing... well, streaming and school and art. It's like, yeah, you gotta, like, critique due today, but also, you know, your art history teacher is gonna need a 30-page analysis of, like, nihilism and how it interacted with multiple different art movements throughout the time just after the First World War. It's like, good luck. Good luck with that shit. And sometimes you get art teachers who are just fucking out there, man. Like, very out there. Like, my design teacher, he would always ask, like, what's your vector? You know? Vector being, like, your growth over time. What's your vector, man?
Oops.
And I'm like, But he expected us to do X number of hours in like our chosen way of doing art per week. And so I counted streaming time because I honestly was like, the way of the future is going to be streaming art, talking about art, doing art, but like having a social media presence about it. And that's the way I want to progress as an artist. And I think he thought I was bullshitting, but look at me now. I'm using kid pics. I wasn't full of shit. Was I doing that so I could get an easier grade? Yes. Was it true? Yes. Both of these things can be real. Can we get some, like, a little bit of gradient going? That's not what I want. That kind of just goes over it. Yeah, I mean, the gradient thing's not really working with the light colors. And I'm not quite sure what the solution to that is. Skull looks dope. Thank you. I think that we're gonna just like get... Okay, yeah, because I'm using this, it only layers with the ones that's directly below it. So if I want something to be lighter, I can do stippling. That could be an option. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe I do stippling with the really light one. Nope, hold on. Okay, that's gonna make white. So I want to use this? Yes, okay.
Oops.
Can you do dithering halftone? Yes. There's not really layers, it's just the way this tool works. It puts it behind other things. Which is really bizarre. Only one undo kills me with these programs. Yeah, you kind of have to work with the limitations, and limitations can be freeing, you know? Like, I know I can't do everything that I'd want to do with this piece if I was trying to make it more, like, good. But I can do, like, a lot of things. And so it's like, I don't know, it's problem solving. I like solving puzzles. Like, that's my thing. I love puzzle solving. I love figuring out the answer to problems. It's like, my entire identity is puzzle solving. I am Professor Layton. And, like, art is just another puzzle for me. So for me to, like, I don't know, progress or get good at doing something, like, it involves solving the puzzle. I fucked up.
Oops.
Just a little bit extra here. So I don't know if I'm really into the halftone thing. But I think we have to kind of lean into it because it's what the limitations of this program will allow us to do. So we're going to just do a little bit of it, and then I think I have a solution on how to make it look better. Should probably test that theory before I go too far with this. But it probably looks better like if you kind of stand back a bit. Yeah, I'm thinking I might be able to do like a tone thing by going and using this over it. Okay, so it can't be that blue. It's got to be like this. Yeah, okay, so we can kind of bring this down a bit because the white is a lighter color than this. So it'll go over this, but it won't go over the dark parts. So this gets us a slightly lighter color without like going overboard with it. And I can actually just do this because I can't go over things that are darker than it. Okay. The medium cyan is like a completely different shade and it's going to be really noticeable. What I think I can do though is I think I can do well, no, it'd be more like here that I'd want to do it because there's like an extra sheen for here and there. And then I can go back to this tool and use this and kind of bring this back down again. Not like that. I need a little bit more. And then this actually needs to be a little bit darker. So we could actually do this here. And then do this light color, but then do this. Yeah, that gets us a bit of shading. And then we go back to this and we use this. Because there's like a little bit of a dot from like the sheen from the light. And then we can do a little bit more of this like here and there. Just like little bits where like it's almost like pixel art, but pointillism at the same time. And then this area needs to be dark as well, but like a different dark. So I'm thinking that it like, not sure how this is gonna work. Is this literally the same color? It's like ever so slightly different. Functionally, it's the same color.
Oops.
Okay, and then okay, that is different. And then I can go and do, if I do like black. Okay, that's just gonna,
Oh no.
there's another thing I wanted to try here. And I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but we're gonna have to give it a go because I think it would be rad as fuck. And that's gonna be, how do you work? Yeah, that fucks with your eyes something fierce, doesn't it?
Oh no.
I'm not sure if this is a good idea or not, so you're gonna have to just like trust me for a minute. You can, about the alternate tools with control? That doesn't seem to work.
Oops.
I think this might be an older version than the one you grew up with. This is definitely an older version than the one I grew up with, but I recognize a lot of it. I might have had just regular KidWorks, you know? It's like super edgy, but I mean, like, whatever. It's mostly the weird tools. Okay, so let me try something like this one. No. KidWorks is the one with the live action bee clown woman. Yeah, I keep calling it KidWorks. I apologize. I think I need to like clean up some of this. So we're going to go back to this. I'm not sure about the red. I'm really not. Any thoughts on doing other types of art challenge runs on stream? Mayhaps. I will always take recommendations. Because again, I don't feel like that, you know, what makes me a good artist, assuming that I am one. That's the doubt in my brain. Is
Oops.
I keep wanting to do Control Z and that's not real. Use this jiggy tool to, oh, you're right. This one, this guy. Just kind of make this look a little less like predictable. And if this sucks, we can go back, but I kind of like the idea of this. Oh my fuck, this is it. I didn't know what you were talking about for a minute, but this, I think, is it. This is how you do it. Oh, yes. Because look at that. It looks less, like, uniform, so it looks more like I did it on purpose, where it was the stippling. And it adds, like, a layer of more realism to it. I like that. It rules, yes. Thank you. It's a very large brush, which does limit its usefulness, but I think we can make that work. Like, I have to be very careful about placement. Okay, all right, all right. Yeah, I think the blood is a little much. Greebling it a bit helps. I just needed more contrast. I didn't feel like that it had enough where it was at. I've talked about the amalgam artist multiple times on, or once on Arcade. The idea being that, like, when you see good art online, it's like, you never think about it as, like, multiple different artists. May I ask what agreeable is? Man, that's a hard question to answer. It's jaggies that give it extra definition without actually giving extra information. A lot of spaceships, you just do a little bit of greebling, and then it goes from, like, a block to, like, a thing that has lots of, like, vent exhaust ports and who knows what other these things are. Is there, like, there's probably a picture of it. Greeble. Yeah. There you go. Here's a regular cube, and this is one that's been greebled. Okay. You know what? Fuck you. Get greebled. Okay, I love greebling. Exactly. Kit bashing, but for art. Sort of. I mean, you use a little bit of greebling when you kit bash. That's way too chunky. Bring it down. Is the left eye not finished? I haven't quite figured out how I'm shading it because it doesn't have as much light coming in. So, like, it doesn't have that element to it. But I may lie and add some, like, lighting and stuff that doesn't exist just to give it more definition that it didn't have prior. Especially from a distance, I think that this will slap at, like, major dick and major ass. Kid bashing, but art, that's collages. You know, you're not wrong. You're not at all wrong. We can even increase the decrease. Oh, hold up. What happens if we go... Okay, so that's if I want it real bright. I don't think I really have a spot that's like that. Oh, this is on archive.org, yeah. This... Oh, no. Forgot I still had that on. Yeah, this is all in browser, which is wild. This would, like, murderize my computer as a kid. And nowadays, it's just like, yeah, you can just run that. You can just run that. Hold up. Am I cooking? I might be cooking. That reads as darker, right? This eye needs, like, it needs to be a bit bigger, I think. This is like one of the programs you got when you got a computer. It's like your parents would buy you KidWorks or whatever. Like, I don't remember the exact moment, but I remember, like, this computer. We had one of these, whatever version of Mac this is. We had this operating system, and it was our main computer for the longest time. And I don't think I used it for much of anything. I remember the internet was still very young. And I remember going and finding a website about horses and just being like, I'm going to print that. Like, you know, all of it. Everything that the internet knew about horses at the time. Because I was like, fucking love horses. What can I say? And I think it was like by like page 7 or 8 that my mom was like, hold up, what's going on?
Oh no!
She was like, maybe we just like print out some sections of it. And it was like very like clinical and analytical. It was not like it was not kids friendly. It was just like everything about horses. Like, it was a dot matrix printer. Yeah, I believe so. It had like the they were connected. Like, it would be like, what is I didn't read it, dude. I was an actual child. It was like 1990 something. You know, it would have been like 3. I don't know fucking thing I read. But it would be, I remember it was like, they definitely had like the Latin name for horse. So it would have been like Equus calibus is, you know, a species of animal that lives in, you know, North America and lives 25 to 30 years with a gestation period of 11 to 12 months. It was like a Wikipedia article on horses before Wikipedia. It was just some dude's website about horses. It might have been like a vet's website. Like, who knows? Like, early internet was weird. You would just find shit like that. And it was like, what is this? Like, early internet was legitimately just hypnospace. Like, that's just what it looked like. That's how it acted. That was everything that it was. And so it's just like, you would find a printing out horse pregnancy pages at the ripe age of child. Yeah, exactly. Like, and we loved it. Yeah, it wasn't like good, but we thought it was neat. And that's something, you know?
Oh no!
Oh no! You can't not do it with it.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, the hamster dance? Dude, I made a website that was like my knockoff version of the hamster dance. It was hosted on GeoCities, because of course it was. And it was a GIF website. Like it was just, I hope it doesn't exist anymore, because it would legitimately probably give people seizures. Like, it was not. Yeah, you don't like that? I think that still exists. Of course it does. It's like classic internet. You can't get rid of that, man. I don't remember the... You don't remember the URL, do you? I don't think I have no idea. Isn't that a Disney song? I don't know. Fucking Disney owns everything. Who gives a shit anymore? Sorry, that was like weirdly depressing sounding. I'm actually having a great time. Oh, the thing I made? I don't know what it was called. I remember like showing it to a friend and he was like, this kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. It's like, oh, I'll just not be creative ever again. In all honesty, it did. I spent like 10 minutes doing it in like Photoshop or maybe GIMP. And like, it wasn't good. It was flashing lights and just like, and that's how I became an artist? No, it was one step along my artistic journey.
Oh no!
Is it like gray? Like, what was I using? I think it was like gray, yeah. Not quite. Was your MySpace page really edgy? I bet you it still exists. And I'm pretty sure I did custom stuff with it. And I know I put, I want to say Bring Me to Life as my like homepage song. Because yeah. It was either that or Linkin Park, one of the two. It was definitely something along those lines, because like I loved Evanescence when like MySpace was a thing. And you had to decide whether or not you wanted to put your girlfriend or your mom as number one, or your best friend. Because like MySpace had ranked slots. Like you could put the order that your friends would show up as recommendations, and it was like a point of honor, and it was like important. Relationships were ended over the order that your friends were on that list. Like if you wanted to, like if you didn't have your girlfriend as your like number one or in your top 8 in the very least, like it was just sort of like what is wrong with you? You don't really even care for them, do you? You got into physical fights over the MySpace top 8 stuff. Yeah, that sounds right. 100%. On March 18th, 2019, it was revealed that MySpace had lost all their user content from launch until 2015 in a botched server migration with no backup. Oof. There's a lot of history there that's missing. Normally, when like Library of Alexandria level like crashes like that happen, I'm sad, but I'm kind of glad because that means that people can't go find my cringe shit. If Tom was in your top 8, you were a fucking loser. Or like a lunatic, one of the two. Oh, the Penguin of Doom, that kind of shit, yeah. What was that from? That was a thing. And then there was collegeclub.com, which Moobot bonked. RAR XD glomps you. Holds up spork. Why was it a spork? Also, people are saying emo's coming back. Bullshit. Where is the stuff like the Penguin of Doom and shit? And sporks and XD random. Get the fuck out of here. Funnier than knife. It never went away. I know. It's like punk. Like, it's not dead. It's just hibernating. Like, it's a thing. I get recommended that for some reason on... Is this like disco's back in the 90s? Yeah, 100%. I need to add a little bit of shading here, which means that I need to do this one. A lot of furries in the scene stuff. Yeah, Checks out. Nope.
Oh no.
Then we got to go to a lighter blue. If you want to look for a subculture that might be dead, look for furries. I don't understand what that means. Oh, sparkle dogs, yeah. See, that's what I thought furries were for the longest time. Were just sparkle dogs. And I was like, shit's kind of cringe. We didn't say cringe back in the day because that wasn't a word yet. But, you know. If I had had the words for that, I would have used that. Tumblr still exists. I still use Tumblr. I get asked questions on Tumblr all the time. Someone sent me this really heinous hate mail the other day. I want to read it to you, but I don't actually have my phone on me, so never mind. Let my wife take my phone, so that way if we get a call back or something from one of the apartments that we're looking into, that, like, she can answer it quickly. rather than me try and answer it, or like check my email for people to get back to us on stuff. Oh, we did Normie? No, I think Normie was even more recent. I asked you for your social security number a few months ago. Normie, I think, was a 4chan thing. Yeah. I need to fill in this area because there's nothing going on here. And I'm scared. So I'm gonna do a save because I haven't done one this entire time. File, save as. How do I art. Save sound? I think we need to add a little bit of like lighting here, but not a lot. Yeah, there wasn't words for cringe. Like there wasn't that word yet. Cringe was actually a very useful word. It's overused, but it's a very useful word. Being able to say this thing sucks and it hurts to look at. Cringe was a real term, yeah. Yeah, you didn't, like... Homestuck does a lot of things wrong. One of the things it does right is accurately portraying how, like, children on the internet in, like, the 90s, 2000s interact with each other. Epic fail, yes. They would say shit like that. Yeah, you just get called, like, the F slur or gay. Get owned, nerd. Or the R slur. Yeah, that took a while to get out of my vernacular. Not gonna lie. Because I was like, what? They are. It's like, no, you're being an asshole. But, you know, we grow. Insert the slur of your choice. R-slur? What? Yeah, I mean... It's still in common prevalence in use amongst people who, like to say triggered. Like, but not like the, you know, traditional way, but the one slur but caked up. Man, can you shut the fuck up? Like... Yeah, we need to do something with this space over here. How thick me be? Do we have anything, like, fun that we could do? We could put a stamp down. But I kind of want it to look like a real art. Your golden ratio is off? Yeah. Well, it's like this side of the painting is real heavy. Or excuse me, this side of the painting is real heavy. And then this side is real light. So it just needs like a little bit of something that kind of like justifies its existence. Does this come with clip art files? Aside from horse, I don't think so. Also, like, when I look at the smaller version of it, it looks like this eye is like too small. But I think it's because this one's closer. Is this some DOS painting program? No, this is for the Apple. I don't know whatever this one is. Very early 90s computer. And this is what this is one of my first art programs actually. Was this horseshit? Am I looking at a reference for the skull? Yes. I wish I was that good. I'm surprised this still exists. It's on Internet Archive. This, like... I'm playing right now. I don't actually know where I'm going with this. Yeah, that's definitely not what we're doing. I mean, I could color over that really easily. I just got a recruitment email about being a Navy diver. I'm 35, really out of shape, and kind of want to just tell them off. If it's out of the blue, it's probably a scam, or more likely, it's the government trying to get you to die. Either way, probably shouldn't respond to that. Oh my god, how the fuck do you have the symbols for that? Oh man, 1 jump scare, undo. Those are great, dude. I'm really liking how this is a slightly different color. Like here, let me magnify that for you. You see this? These are 2 different colors for some reason, which is wild. I stream kid pics myself, so I made them my emotes. Target audience acquired. Like, the yellow kind of takes away from the blue. I mean, it's, you know. I don't really like that. What if we just, Oh. What the fuck? Oh, it gets crusty. Can I make it big? We're gonna undo that. Oops. I could do something really cool with that, but my brain can't comprehend it right now. Nope.
Oh no!
Okay. No. No.
Oh no!
No.
Oh no!
Well, that just sucks.
Oops.
No?
Oops.
Nope.
Oh no.
Oh, that's how
Oh,
I
no.
zoom in. No.
Oops.
Oh, no. Oh, that's super weird. Oh, fuck. Right, I gotta get rid of all of this shit now. Hold on. No.
Oh
No?
no. Oops.
Nope.
Oh no.
Kind of thinking about that. It zooms in on where I click, right? So let's try putting his chin right here, and it should zoom in on exactly that blood thing. Okay, yeah. Got it. It's a little bit off. It's more scale than zoom. Yeah, it definitely scales because it's... I like the one that made the mini skulls. I believe that's this one. Because what it does is it copies the canvas and just posts it again. I don't think I like it. It's also missing a lot of the detail work because they straight up can't do it because the pixel count. Just click it on the same spot over and over. I don't think that'll achieve anything. I think I want to like... Oh, undo.
Oops.
Yeah, that's not doing anything. What if I made that work?
Oops.
Hold on, I got a plan. Just trust. Okay, so in order for this to work, we need to do the rest of the image. Use some blue to kind of clean up some of our lines. Then we redo some of the dithering that we had. I'm still only using a mouse, yeah. Well, I don't want to use, like, tools that I wouldn't have access to as a child. Like, I feel like that's part of the spirit of doing this, yeah? I mean, if it's a browse, my thought is that the tablet will work. It just won't have pressure sensitivity because KidWorks or KidPix 1 does not have that feature. In that I don't think it was invented yet. I mean, the mouse I've got is a lot nicer, but I mean, using a mouse is a fine analog for a mouse. What's a good drawing tablet I would recommend? I don't know anymore because Intuos, I think, has started to become real shitty about things. I know right about when I was looking for my last one, that was the case. I don't know if that's still the case or not. So a ton of tablets are shitty about things now. Yeah. Bamboo used to be good. I don't know if it still is. I'm not a digital artist really, so I don't know if I've got a great answer, but I would recommend if you can get your hands on one, maybe like a refurbished Intuos. Because then it'll have like the features you want without, like, I don't know, subscription models or whatever weird shit they might have nowadays. I can tell you which one I've got. Let me check. This is a Intuos Pro. That wasn't supposed to be a reply. You're good. You're good. I don't know if Wacom does subscription stuff. I vaguely recall that being a thing, but I don't actually know. Wacom isn't the only dog in town anymore. Like, I'm entirely going off vibes on that. I don't actually know. Huan is good? Yeah, I've heard good things about them. It's Wacom, not Wacom? I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know a goddamn thing. Have you been saving frequently? I'm an artist. What do you think? No. Save as art 2. I've been using Huan, and they're dirt cheap and sturdy enough to last a few years. I mean, that's a huge thing. Is getting one that'll actually, like, do the things it's supposed to and not be $1 bazillion. I know that sounds, like, really obvious, but, like, bruh. A lot of these companies do not know what the fuck they're doing. That's darker, and the reason is because I used this, I believe. Yeah, that's it. I mean, here, I'm going to put it to you this way. I don't trust me to be able to pronounce anything ever. Also, Anon, thank you for the gift sub to Punstar. Punstar makes really good art. If you haven't seen their work. I would say that you probably don't need a tablet that has a screen on it. Having a screen is super neat, don't get me wrong, but also like you don't need it, you know? Yeah, I mean, like, the screen is nice, but you do get used to it. You do get used to, like, oh, I don't have, like, I'm not looking right at it. I'm looking at something else. Give me, like, a minute. I'll be right back. I need to go get some nausea medicine. BRB. 1 minute, or 2 minutes. All right, I am back. Sorry about that. Still feel like blurg from the other day, but we're making it work. We're making it happen. And it looks like you guys are back from ads too. Cool, good. Why does Kidbix 3D cost $50? You can get like an old version. I mean, this is free on the Internet Archive. It's ancient. Like it's no. No. It's kind of a blurred kind of day. Yeah. I was feeling a little panicky about the whole like moving thing, and so I took one too many gummies the other day, and apparently for some people you can get nausea and pain, like abdominal pain. Abdominal. I took quite a few too many. The pain was bad enough that I felt like I was gonna throw up, and then I did. I've never been in enough pain to make me throw up before. That was an interesting experience. So yeah, I'm gonna not be doing that for a minute. So yeah, that was not fun. Yeah, I'm gonna let this. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna have any anytime soon because, you know, I clearly had too much. It was me trying to cope with problems, and I did so using a bad idea. So I'm really the only one to blame here. Is that, like, you know, I did something stupid and now my tummy hurt. Oh no.
Oops.
Right. No, that's not what I wanted at all. I wanted. That's so cool. I was taking like Delta 8, which like has some THC in it, not a lot, but a little bit. Just kind of like take the edge off. Someone asked like how I deal with the world and, like, you know, all that with all the crime and evil and badness, and I'm just like, I drugs. I don't recommend that. I definitely do not live a healthy lifestyle at times. But, you know, being honest, that's my answer. I sometimes get too bent out of shape about shit that does not matter. And by sometimes I mean it's basically my personality at this point. But that's okay. Yeah, I could have just gotten a bad gummy as well. Yeah, I mean, like, Maine has it legalized, so it's going to be a lot easier to, like, you know, get better quality stuff. So I'm probably going to just, like, not for a bit, you know? Just, like, let my stomach get back on the mend. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, everyone's got their issues that they deal with. Hassan did his little, like, oh, being a streamer is so much harder than, you know, than a normal job because you have to be social all the time. And it's like, that's not what's hard for me. Yeah, I mean, what I'm taking is Delta 8, which is legal in Texas because it's a federal legal thing, but I don't think it came out of nowhere. Delta 8, it was a farmer's bill that kind of fucked with things. Basically, like, you can make hemp rope and it can have X amount of THC in it, and then they were just like, oh, well, you know, you can make products with X amount of THC, that's fine. Just has to be under a certain amount. And then it's like, oh, so we could just make synthetic weed that's like real close to the belt on that. So sometimes the synthesis comes up with some weird results that kind of like fuck you over. But aside from that, yeah. Delta 8 can be Pog. Whenever I'm saying gummies, that's what I'm talking about. It's not the Delta 8. Can they make synthetic weed that doesn't taste like shit? It tastes very dank. I will tell you that. But, you know, it's so good. All right, now, which tool was it that was taking some... It was here in the blending thing. Okay, let's go ahead and save, because I'm about to fuck up.
You are a very special boy.
I wouldn't recommend inhaling Delta 8. I would, you know, it says take half a gummy. I would say take half a gummy. I know it doesn't feel like it would feel like anything, but it will. Nope. Try again.
Oops.
Nope. Nope.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so it's going to center it over that. So that means that I need to be slightly to the side.
Oh no. Oops.
It's a weed derivative.
Oh no.
Like THC, it has THC in it, yeah. Not a lot, but some. Delta 8 is technically hemp. I believe that's correct. It's Delta 8 THC, yeah. It's a form of THC. It's not FDA approved, but neither are vitamins. So, like, you know, there's that. You gotta watch out for that. Like, so I would recommend if you're gonna try some, first off, don't. Second off, ignore anything and everything that any authority figure ever tells you, including myself, and then do what's right for you, and realize that you know, yeah, and imagine the amount of weed in your backpack is not. So it's not like Spice where it was created in a lab and there was zero. Yeah, Spice was also like incense, wasn't it? Like not. Spice was a chemical mess. I knew a dude who did Spice and he dropped out of college. Negative. You can drop out of college and it'd be good for you. This kid did not. This kid was not on a good trajectory. I did not know him well enough to, like, do anything. Spice was synthetic THC with... Yeah, see, that doesn't sound good. God knows what was in there. Yeah. But when it says take half, take half. Like, use the recommended dosage and wait. Don't do the stupid bitch thing where you take more. Just because you're not feeling anything. Eat a light food beforehand. Like, not a huge meal, but a little bit of a meal. Because, like, you get what I call gummy gut when you take it raw more often. And eating helps a bit. Like, I have a trajectory on my life on where I'm going to make things better. but I need to survive mentally until then. And my brain does not do good things. I worked with a guy that used spice. It was sold as potpourri, and it was reported to cause your spinal cord to crystallize. Yeah, that sounds right. That shit was not good. I knew it was something really bad like that. The kids would smoke it, man, because it was legal weed for the bit of time that it was legal. It wasn't intended to be used that way, but everyone did that. If you told them you were going to smoke it, they had to take it from you. I remember that. Like, if you went to a place that sold it, they'd be like, no, absolutely not. I don't know what Crantum is, and I'm too afraid to, like, look into it. It seems like something that's going to hit a little too hard, and probably does some fucked up shit. But I was using it as a sleep aid for a while, and I kind of still use Delta 8 for a sleep aid, because, like, you're not functional. Your brain does not work right anymore. And late at night, like, that's when my brain starts doing some real mean things to me. And I'm just like, no. I need to stop thinking, stop trying to solve problems, both mine and the world's, and I need to just knock the fuck out. I feel like I need to do a little bit of detail work on this. I need to sleep more, feel it, yeah. Oh, I guess I could just... Yeah. I read a post once that said, don't trust your brain after 9 p.m. And that was like one of the most helpful pieces of advice I've ever read in my life. Like, that shit is real. There it is. Plum Blossom said it at the same time. Because, yeah, it's not good for you. Your brain is just doing some weird shit at that time. That was, like, probably better for me than some therapy that I've had. Like, just that thought that, like, start getting real down on myself, being like, why haven't you succeeded in anything you've ever tried at? Why are you such a fucking loser? All of that shit. And then, like, I look at the clock and I'm like, nope. That shit ain't real. And I wake up the next day and I'm like, it's a little real, but, you know, not real enough that I'm actually going to give a shit today. I'll wait until tonight to feel that again. I would say the one thing that makes streaming harder than a regular job is, like, when I was working at GameStop, if I didn't make sales, like, if, you know, we didn't meet our, like, expectations that day, it's like, all right. You know, like, who gives a shit? Fuck them. Like, quotas and stuff. If I don't meet quota when I was working at GameStop, was not a big deal at all. But, when you're a streamer, when you're doing something that, like, actually matters to you personally, That's when it actually like starts to hurt when you don't succeed. Tying mental health to quotas is the dumbest thing you could do. Right, yeah. And you don't, generally, working at a job like that. Imagine having a job that you're personally invested in the outcome of. Yeah, exactly. That's what makes streaming hard, if anything, is that element. And once you get big enough, I don't know if that goes away. I hope it goes away, because I don't want to deal with this forever. But, like, you know, maybe it does. Just try slow living. Yeah. It's infuriating because it ignores the reality of, like, most people, that they can't just, like, not do shit. They actually have to. Rev needs a Luke in his life. I don't know who Luke is. Going outside helps a lot. Yeah. Skywalker? A slow living icon? Okay. A man who helps you open gates. This is a meme guy, isn't it? Also, Discord closed on me again. I know what slow living is. I had a dream that you went on a rant about a new trend of VTubers called V-poopers. Man, if that fetish was bigger, it would be the thing. Because you look at these VTubers and you look at their tits and you're like, yeah. I mean, play the game, man. Like, I get it, you know? You do what you can to try and get through and try and, like, you know, do what you do. But holy shit. Oop, that's not right.
Oops.
I'm gonna say this is done. I'm just gonna go ahead and sign it because that's what I do at the end of arcades, so. Okay. Hold on. Let me try again. Yeah, good enough. There's a lot of anime girl that's like big boobs. Put age 36. Yeah. That's my art, I guess. One must go, bathtub streamers or V poopers. I mean, people like bathtub streams, you know, for reasons. Tits are the reason. Really small, it looks really good. Like, the dithering really comes together when it's, like, zoomed out a bit. I don't know how that looks on y'all's screen, but on my screen, when it's, like, full screen but smaller. I thought bathtub streams were banned. Yeah. Yeah, why would you not have huge tits or be buff? Like, if you VTuber feels like the anime equivalent of furry. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, you can be your idealized self here. You can do anything. What do you like? Big tits? You can have big tits. Brave take? Yeah. I like it. I think it's good. I think we should do literally just streaming with an avatar. Yeah. Yeah, VTubers are I like that VTubers exist. I think it's a really solid like advancement for streaming. Even if I'm not taking advantage of it with it. There's that VTuber Limes collabed with. She's a space cockroach with big booba. Yeah, Limes is an amazing model. Like her model is really solid. It's rigged very well. Like whoever did her shit like did great. I'm thinking that we should do some other stuff. I used to have a VTuber rig. I think I do. Called Pingal. But yeah. You should just get an Adam Jensen VTuber model. Like, yeah, I know. I mean, the time that undercover cops were trying to get me to do stuff, I did use the name Adam Jensen when Pingal. What about a gas mask with boobs on it? Didn't you switch it to Santa the last time I was VTubing? Because I couldn't get it to work, yeah. Media Archaeology Lab put together a virtual art gallery full of Kid Pix art. I recommend seeing what all the people put into it. That's cool. Moths are cool. What can we play now? Yeah, Juniper makes like really solid models. Like her model's good too. She's a very successful, very talented artist. We're not playing Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Yeah, me and Juniper met through Bounce. So I'm thinking, okay, so we got a couple options here. Why is everyone upset? Let's see. Hold on one sec. Let me look at what my options are. I have a run of Baltaro that we can do. We could do Zomboid, or we could play My Summer Car and just treat it as a just chatting stream. We did not get out of car jail. And I gotta say, I think I don't like Helldivers anymore. That was quick. Here's the issue. Like, at higher difficulties, it's just like you need to use orbital laser to take out the big dudes, right? Like, I'm just kind of upset about the balance. And I'm upset about the repetition of it. Oh, I am not playing the Hitchhiker's Guide game. That is, they added mechs today. Everyone's upset about the balance, yeah. The community is pretty inflammatory. I think one of the mods on the Discord got, like, fired or demoted because he was like, get good, which he's not wrong. He actually said skill issue, yeah. It fits the theme and the narrative. Okay, so here's my issue. Okay, so one like Titan in Helldivers requires you to use probably an orbital laser or a whatever the upside down one is, the 500 something ton bomb, 500 kilogram bomb. Yeah, you got to use one of those on it. And that works, but they both have like extremely long cooldowns, right? There's 4 of you, so, you know, if you had 4 Titans, you could take 4 of them out at the same time. That being said, what if there's more than 4, which happens quite a bit? I know that people are saying that try the easier difficulties, but like, I don't think the harder difficulties are possible. Like, I don't know anyone who actually beats level 9 consistently. Like, literally, what can you do besides run? Well, you have to stand there at the thing. If they've got the mechs, I'll give it a go. Okay, real quick, I want to show you this Baltaro run that I've got. And then we'll play something else. Either... The game's only a month old. They're working on balance. I realize that. But it's bad. Right now, it's bad. Which doesn't allow it to just, like, get away with, like, it being bad. It's just bad. You know? Like, it's still bad right now, right? Like, it's still not playable? So why the fuck are people watching? What the fuck are you doing in here? Are people actually hanging out in the voice chat? I mean, I guess everyone's allowed to do whatever they want, but I mean, like, why are you hanging out in voice chat instead of watching me? What? Okay. Let me go ahead and flick the switch on OBS. Give me half a second to do that, and we'll be right back. In the RevCord, they hang out there all the time. I was gonna announce that I was switching. Isn't that why Mike killed voice chats in MikeCord? Yeah, that... I don't really want to do that. They're commentating over you live. Really? Let's see what video they're doing. I can't tell. Oh well. Anyway. React to streamers in Discord. They're virtually sitting on a couch. Okay, well then fine. That's good. Observe them. Gate crash their party? I could. I feel like it's a little, like, asshole-ish of me to be like, why aren't you watching me? Why aren't you spending all your time on me? Okay, give me half a second. Let me know. Or yeah, just give me a second. I'm gonna switch to Baltario.